And welcome back to Dreamwalker Tarot. My name is Dawn, and this is the October reading for Libra Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Mercury. So I'm going to start this reading off for you guys, Libras. And by the way, before I start, I just wanted to wish you guys a happy birthday season. I hope that you are getting rest, and I hope that you are getting all the things that you need out of this your solar return this year. So I am using the Grand Lenormand deck, pulling out a couple of cards for you for this month, for themes that you might be encountering this month. And the first card that came out is the Fishes card, which is talking about money and wealth. Let us see what else comes out. I'm going to do a 5-card spread with the Lenormand deck. I'm going to take these two here. Okay. All right. So the first card that we have is the Fishes card, which is, again, like I said, is really talking about finances, right? This card is about finances. We have the Tower card, we have the Book card, and we have the Woman. This could be you, or this could be someone that you are dealing with, depending on your sex, obviously. And then we have the Child card. So at the center of this is the Book card, right? Like, this card is laid out in the center of the reading. The Book card is an indication of like schooling. It's also an indication about information. So this could mean that some information could be coming to you. And the way that it's split up, it kind of separates the deck up. It kind of separates the reading for me with these two individuals on the side, because I'm reading these as two individuals. So this could be a female that if you are a female, then it's about you and your child, getting information about your child and yourself. Or it could also be about, if it's not you, if you're not a female and you're a male listening to this reading, then you're going to get information about a woman that you might be dealing with and your child, or the mother of your child, right? Also, with the Fish here, it feels like you're going to be getting also information about finances and wealth that you might have been separated from or secluded from. This money is attached to an institution, right? So it could be a university, it could be a hospital, it could be some form of government. So it could be like, you might be getting some government assistance, or you might be getting money back from school, or be helped out financially from like an institution, of like a larger institution. For some of you, this institution is tied to your learning, right? So again, like I said, you guys could be getting some refund money that you didn't necessarily know about, but this information is coming basically about your finances, but also about your family. So you might find that you might be learning things about people in your family, specifically this woman, but also your child and the relationship that these two might have together. Again, some of you might be in school, you might be in an institution of higher learning and feeling a little bit separated from everyone else, because you're really focused on your studies, but also really putting yourself in a space where you're trying to include yourself in your studies so that you can gain the knowledge that you need to gain in order to put yourself in a better situation financially, not just for you, but also for your partner and for your child, right? This card here, which is the Tower card, can also serve as an indication for seclusion, right? So some of you might be feeling like a little bit secluded from other people because of your finances. So you might not necessarily be going out, or you might just be kind of putting yourself in like this high tower that you see here, kind of like putting yourself away in this tower due to the fact that your finances might not necessarily be the best right now, right? So that's for some of you, right? There is a sense that some of you are in school. There's a really high sense that some of you are in school, university. It feels like a higher form of education. And so that might also be another reason why you're secluded, because you're really kind of focused on your studies. But in terms of the finances, I feel like some of you might be having a little bit of issue with financial aid, where you're having a little bit of money problems with financial aid. So some of you could be getting refunds, and others of you could be kind of struggling with like really expensive college tuition. Again, the book also is an indication of knowledge and information. And if this is attached to a university, then obviously, like I said, some of you are studying and you're really involved in your studies. For some of you, this information and this knowledge is regarding this woman. So you might be getting information about a woman that you are involved with. And the way that these signs are reading, this is Pisces, but this could also be a Libra, right? So this is like the involvement of you with another individual. It could be a Pisces, it could be another Libra. They are a female, but you will be getting some truth about this particular female this month. If this is not you finding out about them, again, in the reverse, this could be them finding out information about you as well. So if you are actively keeping a secret, and that is why you're secluding yourself from someone, especially if you're trying to keep a secret regarding your finances, they might find that information out as well. Or you're trying to hide the fact that you're enrolled in school, they might find that out as well. This woman could also be a Taurus woman. So if you are a Taurus woman or you're a cross watcher, again, like I said, some information is going to be coming out about you, this woman that you're dealing with, but also the child. This child could be an indication that this person is really kind of like inexperienced or can act childish. But I feel like these two individuals go together. So this is like a mother and a child dynamic. So there is some information here that's going to be coming out about this woman and child combination, right? So let us go into the regular card spread, and I'm going to be using the Rider-Waite Tarot. This is a reading for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What does I want Libra to know this month? What information does Libra need to know this month? What information does Libra need to know this month? What information? Okay, so current situation, what's crossing you in the past, and then in the conscious, what you're conscious of, what's happening in the subconscious, and the final outcome. Okay. So right now we have the Star card, right? So the Star card could be an Aquarius person that you are dealing with. Just a toss out, right? The Star card in reverse really feels like you kind of like stepping back. It feels like something that you might have been wanting or hoping for isn't really happening or coming through the way that you would like it to. And so it does feel like there's a delay going on, and we're being crossed here by the 8 of Cups in the reverse, right? So it feels like you had to walk away from something, had to leave something behind. It could have been a relationship, but not necessarily. So this feels like something that you kind of were hoping for or hopeful about didn't work out the way you wanted it to work out, and you had to walk away from it, right? in the past of the situation, we have the devil in the reverse. And so you could have been dealing with some sort of addiction, or some sort of dependency issues, feeling powerless, feeling defeated, and feeling very limited, right? Or you might be feeling that way now, right? Because it's obviously having an effect on you currently. But this is an opportunity to step into a space to release and relinquish control and power in your life. And it feels like you have to step more into your spirituality with the Star card here. But let's see what the other cards are saying. The Hangman in reverse. So there does really feel like this heavy push, or this heavy energy related to feeling like you're suspended in time, feeling like you are waiting for something to happen, like you're waiting for something to come through. And there's like this heavy energy here attached to being delayed, right? Like it's like you're waiting for something to happen, or you're waiting for something to come through. Whenever I see this card, I always look at it and it feels like saintly energy with, you know, with the halo around the head. And the down right, I feel like, you know, you see it, but I feel like you really see it when it's reversed. It is really like this opportunity to kind of like, you're waiting on something to come through for you. You're waiting for something that has been delayed, or really, for some of you, it might be a sense of like stepping to the space where you're not allowing like the restrictions that you might have had in the past to limit your future and your potential. But it does really feel like a lot of waiting energy is happening here. And it also feels like there's an opportunity here for you to step into your spirituality as a way to help you with that period of wait that you're going through. And so some of you might already be doing that. Yeah. In the subconscious, we have the 10 of Swords, which again is something has ended, right? Something like here with the 8 of Cups, you know, there was definitely you walking away from something, and it's due to like a painful ending. I feel like some of you might not necessarily be very honest about how painful the ending is, because this is coming out on a subconscious level. And I feel like you might be falling into old patterns or old behaviors to kind of deal and cope with that. And so you want to be mindful about that. Like if this old behavior, this old pattern is not making your life better, just really think about, you know, what steps you need to do to kind of like navigate out of that. And the final outcome, we have the Ace of Wands in the reverse. And so ultimately what we see here is a lot of, you know, endings with the 10 of Swords, a painful ending. We also see the 8 of Cups with you walking away from something, and not like of your own free will, right? Like you didn't, like you left because you feel like you had to leave. You felt like you didn't have a choice in the matter, in the ending, right? And so there might have been some force behind it with the Devil card here. But ultimately, I feel like I always say, every ending is an opportunity for a new beginning. And we see a new beginning here with the Ace of Wands. A new beginning, the opportunity to really step into a space and do something that holds like a lot of passionate feelings for you. But it really does feel like right now, there's like a heavy sense of delay for this new beginning to start. So I kind of want to look at the cards to see what is going on here. I'm gonna get some clarifications, right? What is the Devil card here for Libra? What is the Devil card here for? Okay. So the devil is being clarified by the Hermit card. It's also being clarified by the Two of Wands. And it's also being clarified by the Nine of Pentacles. And so what I'm seeing here is the opportunity. This devil card is talking about the opportunity. What it feels like is that you are kind of chained to maybe old thoughts, old thought patterns about your, like, the things that you want to do, passionately speaking, right here with the Ace of Wands. I feel like your thought patterns regarding where you can go and what your potential is really very limited, right? You do want to have the ability to live in this space where you kind of are enjoying the fruits of your labor. I feel like this card here is like pure Libran energy, right? Like the finer things in life, like having those things for you is really a push for you in this life. Like, who doesn't want to have the finer things in life, right? But what is happening here is that the Two of Wands is also talking about preparation and planning. And so I feel like instead of going into something head first without preparing and planning, you should take the time to do this, right? Like, there is the opportunity for a new start here with the Ace. It's the idea. It's the thinking about what it is that you want to do, what it is that you want to accomplish, what is it that you're passionate about and can see yourself moving into. And then after the Ace happens, we're going to look at the Two, which is about planning and prepping for that, you know, putting in the work for that next step. So there's a preparation that has to happen here. And for some of you, that's going to include you going into a space of seclusion, really taking the time to sit with yourself and figure out what it is that you want to do and how you need to get there. So it's going to feel like I always say when I see the Star card in the Hermit, like in the cage, right? It's about thinking outside of the box. It's about brilliant new ideas. I feel like that when I see that, I feel like these two cards go so well together. I feel like the star that's in the Hermit's lantern is this Star card. It's really about thinking outside of the box. And I feel like right now you're kind of being limited, but you're being limited in your thinking, and you need to put yourself in a space where you are secluding and you're thinking about ultimately what is the harvest that you want. What is the thing that you want to harvest? And how can I implement those plans? And for some of you, you might have to put yourself in a space where you're kind of pulling away from the crowd. You're pulling away from outside influences. You're sitting with yourself and really thinking about the direction that you want to take and how you want to get there, and you know, and what you're going to do that, right? But the devil is in the details, and it's also in your thinking, your limited thinking about what potential you have and what you can do, right? And so right now you're in a hold pattern, right? You're in a hold pattern and you're waiting for things to kind of come to you, and really to manifest in the way that you want it to. But now is really not a time for you to just do nothing. I feel like this card is saying that it's time to come out of the whole pattern. But before you do so, you need to be sitting with the ideas of what it is that you want to do, right? What is the clarification for the Hangman in reverse? What is the clarification for the Hangman? Clarification for the Hangman is the Six of Pentacles and also the Eight of Wands in the reversed, right? So ultimately, like I said, with sitting with yourself, I feel like you'll be getting a lot of internal messages coming to you quickly about what it is that you need to give in order to get what it is that you want, right? I also feel like for some of you, you might be getting really clear messaging from spirit, but also outside of spirit, I feel like, you know, you might be getting people coming to you and giving you help and assistance. The people might be coming to you, giving you money if you need money, or they might be, you know, sending you in the right direction or giving you resources that might help you. And so you should be open to that. If someone offers you help, you take it, okay? But there is going to be something coming in for you soon, some messaging of some sort, whether it's an internal message that is given to you directly from spirit about your next steps, or it's messaging from someone outside of spirit that is going to be helping you and giving you some assistance, right? Financial assistance. And I want to get some clarifications about this Ace of Wands. What new beginning has the potential to be there for you guys in this space, right? Ace of Wands. We're going to open this up. Temperance. Again, there has to be a little bit of patience with this. So it might not be going necessarily the way that you want it to go, but I think this whole pattern is really an opportunity for you to kind of like figure out what your next steps are going to be and to implement the plan, okay? Get the plan together. In the meantime, I feel like with the Temperance card here, it's also talking about finding the right fit. When I see the Temperance card, it reminds me of grandmother energy. So for some of you, this could be your grandmother in the ancestral realm that's actually working things out in your favor, right? And so that's just why divine timing is also at play, because the assistance that you might be getting for some of you is from the ancestral realm, from a grandparent energy. So there's that. For others of you, a lot of this work that you're doing it feels like it might be a little bit rushed, and so you need to slow it down a little bit, because the Temperance card is really about finding that perfect balance. You might have a brilliant idea, you might have a wonderful idea, right? But it isn't completely fleshed out, it isn't completely thought through. And so this card is suggesting that you take the time to flesh the idea out and to make it perfect, right? Like get it to that right temperature, get it right in that sweet spot. And ultimately, I feel like this is the reason why some of you might be in a wait pattern, because that work has not completely it's not ready. It's not cooked yet. You got to let it simmer. You got to let the pot simmer a little bit more. So for now, you're kind of like in a whole pattern, but I do feel like there's something happening here for you. And like I said, divine timing is at play and time will tell. I'm going to pull an advice card for you guys. Please excuse the noise behind me. I hope you guys can't hear it. It's really annoying. It's really loud and really annoying. Okay. We got 4 cards. Stripping illusions, sexual energy, home, and it's all good. Am I about to read all these cards? I am about to read all these cards because it's your birthday and you deserve it. So let's go in order. So stripping illusion. The lotus flower is a funny plant. It flourishes in the muck and mud. Apparently, in spite of the muck of its birth, beautiful petals open up layer after layer, revealing more and more of its inner beauty. You are being called to strip away illusion after illusion from your life. You're being asked to enable your true essence to shine through. Allow layer after layer of false beliefs, cluttered thinking, unfulfilling relationships, chaotic environments to go by the wayside to reveal the perfect essence of your core self. This process is challenging at best. We tend to hold on to the illusions we have created, thinking they keep us safe. All they really do is blind us to our true beauty and potential. This card is calling you to look your truth in the face and not let illusions cloud your view of the true beauty of yourself. So what am I talking about here? We're talking about this right here, right? Like that pure, beautiful Libran energy. And really just taking away that illusion, the self-limiting, the limiting beliefs and the limiting thoughts about what you can do and where you can go. Strip all of that away. Perfect. The next card is sexual energy. In the purest sense, can you see my other card? It's like in the way. Let me move that out of the way. In the purest sense, sexual energy is not an energy to be expanded from you. It is a state to reside in. The first and second chakras are the root of our sexual feelings. When you use this very potent energy to manipulate people and situations, you are doing yourself a huge disservice. When you expand your life force energy up from your first two chakras and incorporate the energy from your heart and your crown, you can experience the most complete and divine experience of sexual energy possible. This doesn't even have to include another person. When you can merge your connection to Creator with your connection to the earth without any filters or blocks between the two, you will experience a complete and true connection. We act as the conduit between heaven and earth, and when we can put ourselves into this energy at any given time, we are not tempted to use our sexual energy in a way that feeds our need for validation, nor are we easily manipulated by another's outputting of sexual energy. This card is asking you to look at where sexual energy is directed in your life. So this card is actually referring to this energy here, right? So it's in the reversed, which means that this energy of creation, you might not necessarily be using that energy correctly, which means that you need to really do some root chakra work and work on your connection and your purpose and the feelings and desires of what it is that you want to create and feeling like you are worthy of those things, right? So that is like the tie-in here for you guys. And the second card is home, or sorry, the third card is home. It's actually the last card of the deck. And it says it represents a homecoming of the soul, a finding your tribe, of coming home. The situation you're inquiring about has the potential to be a homecoming, a safe and secure place that both nourishes you and facilitates your growth. Whether it be school, a relationship, a job, or truly a home, go for it. All paths lead home. Home doesn't have to be where you grew up. Family doesn't always mean the people of your birth family. Look at an expanded meaning. Family are people who share the same core values and path. Home can mean a place you have yet to visit or experience, but once there, it feeds your soul in a way that gives you no doubt that you are home. Ultimately, find your safe place. This is where the answers you seek will be found. So again, we're talking about this hermit energy here, about seeking that wisdom, navigating into that dark space and coming home to yourself, realizing that the people that are around you, that are supporting you, are a part of your tribe, and really feeling like they're there to support and love and care for you no matter what. I mean, nothing else beats that feeling, right? And the final card is it's all good. Every experience you have in your lifetime has the potential to be a teaching tool. By remembering and embracing this idea, the situations you encounter become less fraught with unneeded emotion and drama. By not attaching labels or expectations to people and situations, you allow the pure divine energy to flow unimpeded. While you may have little control over what happens to you at times, you always have control over how you react. Do you react on impulse, strike out at others when you feel hurt? Do you crawl into your safe place when the world seems mean and hurtful? Face this challenge in your life head on. Be thankful for the opportunity to experience whatever it is that is happening. Set yourself a goal of learning from every situation in your life. Find that silver lining. It is there. So again, I do feel like there is a little bit of a sadness attached to this reading for you guys, and I am sorry about that because it's your birthday and you should not be sad right now. But in everything that happens, there's a lesson to be learned. And so if you take the time to sit with it and really think about it, you can figure out what is this lesson teaching me, and how can I learn from it so that going forward going forward in the future, like, you know, I can learn how to deal with it, you know, better, right? Yeah, so that is the end of the reading. I just want you to remember that no matter what is happening right now, it's all good, and it's for your greatest and highest good, and everything will work out. It's just a matter of timing, okay? So I want to thank you for being here. Thank you for listening to this reading. I hope that it helped you in some way. Please go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell for post notifications. Hit the like button. Share the video with a friend. And I will see you guys soon. Have a wonderful birthday, Libra.